Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes. Have you prepared the questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Have you revised the portions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. You need 5 minutes to revise, to do a quick revision? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. For those who are still puzzled about the revision, the portion is still infancy, isn't it? Yes? You can quickly read up that portion and then we'll discuss the questions. See, this time you have a high chance of getting full marks because only one chapter is there for psychology. So I hope you revise that well. Those who have not done it yet, please prepare the questions till infancy and we'll discuss it after 5 minutes. Those who have already done, please read that portion, revise it. For the term 1 exam, you'll have MCQ questions, the fill in the blanks type, identify the so-and-so types, then assertion reasoning questions will be there as well as case-based questions will be there. Okay, that's the pattern.
Ma'am,
Yes, Amal?
I have a doubt in assertion.
Assertion, what is your doubt?
I am make a mistake in only that in the MCQs.
You're making mistake in MCQ. Yeah, that's what I told. When you get assertion reasoning, first analyze the two statements. Just see if assertion is true or false. Then see if reason is true or false. First of all, do that. Okay. Then if you think both of them are true, just put a because after assertion and see. Then if you read it together, if it makes sense, then that is true. That means assertion is true, reason is true, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. That will be the answer. Or that will be the option. Okay. So when you get assertion reasoning questions, don't panic. Just check for the truthfulness of the two sentences. Then you go for the next step. Okay. And I suggest that you practice more questions. You can search online papers and practice more, and then you'll find it more easier if you practice more assertion reasoning. And do read the textbook carefully, point by point, part by part. Divide it into different parts. If the portions that I give is not comfortable, tell me that, and then divide the portions and learn. Okay. Please keep your videos on. I have to mark the attendance.
I have some slight network issues now.
Yes. Done? Shall we start discussing? Yes. Meryl, we'll start with you.
Ma'am, according to whom the first year of life is the key time for the development of attachment? Harlow, Eric Erikson, and Jean Piaget.
Harlow, Eric Erikson, Jean Piaget.
Eric Erikson.
Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And which is the first stage of Erikson's theory? Anyone?
Trust, mistrust.
Trust versus mistrust. Okay, good. Devika.
In which stage of development does hypothetical thinking develops? Formal operational stage, pre-operational stage, or sensory motor stage?
Formal, pre, or sensory? Answer.
Formal operational.
Formal operation? Yes. Emmeline.
Which stage in Piaget's theory is present within the infancy? Pre-operational, formal operational, concrete operational, sensory motor.
In infancy, which is the stage present, according to Piaget?
Sensory motor.
Sensory motor, correct. Kevin.
Ma'am, dash is the reflex in which the infant turns the head and opens the mouth when touching the cheek. Options: Bavinsky, grasp, rooting, and motor.
Reflexes are very important in this chapter. You have to learn. Sure question. Okay. Which is that reflex? Baby turns the head.
Rooting.
Rooting? Is it rooting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, correct. Amal Roshan, next one.
Didn't prepare only little in infancy. I didn't prepare more in infancy question.
And that's okay. Whatever you have prepared, you ask.
Yes. Development is influenced by an interplay if option A, biological and social emotional process. Option B, biological, cognitive and social emotional process. Option A, cognitive process. Option D, cognitive and socio emotional process.
How many options are there? Okay, whatever is it. The development is affected by which all factors? Yes. In the introduction part, we learned different categories of processes. Which are they? Merrill. Which are they? Is it biological, cognitive, socio-emotional, or all of the above? No idea? Others?
All of the above.
It is all of the above, isn't it? Yes, it's affected by biological process, the cognitive process, socio-emotional process, all the process. Okay. That's why we are learning development in each stage in different dimensions. Like we are learning the physical development, motor development, moral development, socio-emotional development, cognitive development. Most important is cognitive development. That is new for you, Piaget's theory. Yes. Next one, Mary.
Dash processes that influence development refer to changes in an individual's interaction with other people, changes in emotional and in personality. Option: socio-emotional process, biological process, and cognitive.
Option A, socially.
Yes, ma'am. Correct answer.
Yes, correct answer. Socio-emotional process. Okay. Next question, Rose.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes.
The children, because of ecocentrism, engage in dash thinking that all the things are living. Option A, centration. Then option B, animism.
Centration, animism. Any more options?
No.
No, only two options. Okay, answer. All things have lifelike properties. That is the question, no? Yes. What do you call that? Is it centration or animism? Say the answer if you know.
Centrism.
Centration. And what is animism? Now, if not centration, then it is animism. No? Correct answer, Rose. Which one? Which is the correct answer?
Animism.
Animism. In animism, it is like just I told you that day. Think of animes and yeah, Nestle is answering animism. Yeah, that's correct. Think of animals. Most of them move, isn't it? Not most of them. All of them move. Yes. So they have lifelike properties. That's what the infants at that stage think. Okay, animism. Okay, I'm Russian. Are you confused with the topic? Centration means just we'll focus only on one factor or one feature of any item or any event. We are centering it on that particular theme or feature. Okay, but animism, it's like all the things have animal-like properties or life-like properties. That is animism. Okay. Then next question, Abhilash.
Harlow and Harlow's study demonstrates that options: feeding is crucial for attachment, contact comfort is important for attachment, and none of the above.
Feeding is important for attachment. Contact comfort is important for attachment. None of the above. Hair loss study.
Contact comfort is important for attachment.
Yes, contact comfort is important for attachment. That's why the baby monkeys preferred the cloth mother instead of the wire mother. Okay, that shows contact comfort or the physical comfort is also important for attachment. And more than the feed or more than the food items that they get, more than that, the physical comfort is important or significant for them in terms of attachment. Yes, Alina, can you ask the question? No? Malavika?
When is the full color vision developed in infancy?
Malavika? No. Sanam? Sanam? No. I cannot hear you, Alina. You're not audible. If you've asked, if you can please type in the chat box, I'll read out the question. Okay. Devika, next one.
Which reflex is indicated when the bottom of the baby's foot is stroked and the toes fan out and then curl? Moro, rooting, or Babinski?
Babinski.
Babinski. Yeah, that is the last reflex that we learned. Okay. Stroking on the foot and then it will curl and then fan out. That is Babinski reflex. Yes. Amal, next one.
The changes that follow an orderless sequence and are largely dictated by the genetics blueprint, which produces commonalities in our growth and development is termed by option A, maturation, option B, evolution, option D, development, option D, none of.
Maturation.
It is the right one.
Okay, correct. Rose.
Dash operation allow the child to focus on different characteristics and not to focus on one aspect of the object. Option A, motor development. Option B, cognitive development. Option C, concrete operational thought.
Do you want her to repeat?
Repeat the question.
Please repeat the question.
Dash operations allow the child to focus on different characteristics and not to focus on one aspect of the object. Option A, motor development. Option B, cognitive development. Option C, concrete operation.
Concrete operational thoughts. What would be the answer? Just make a guess.
Concrete.
Correct?
Cognitive.
Rose, is it correct?
No.
Which is the answer?
Concrete.
What is the correct answer?
Concrete operation.
Concrete operational thought. That's right. Amal Roshan, you keep on changing the options. Okay. No, only infancy, Eminent. Yes, Alina's question. When is the full color vision developing in an infant? Option A, 4 months. Option B, 3 months. Option C, 6 months.
3 months.
3 months, correct? Lena? We'll wait for the approval from her. Next, yeah, that's correct, Evelyn. Next question, Mary.
Ma'am, dash refers to an increase in the size of the body parts or of the organism as a whole. It can be measured or quantified. Quantified. Options: development, growth, maturation, evolution.
Development, growth, maturation, and
Evolution.
evolution. Okay.
Growth.
Growth. Correct. Yes.
Yes,
Kevin. Kevin, next one.
An example of teratogens is food, water, infections, and flowers.
Food, water, infection, and flowers. Teratogens. There is so much to think about that.
Infections.
Right?
Yes.
Yes, infections. It is one of the teratogens. And what are teratogens? I'm repeating it again. That's also the important topic from the chapter. They are the environmental agents that can cause adverse effects for the fetus in the womb. During prenatal development, it can influence the child. It is even fatal for the fetus. Okay, next one, Abhilash.
The close emotional bonds of affection that develop between infants and their caregivers is called option A, affectionate relation, option B, close bond, option C, attachment, and option D, none of the above.
Attachment.
Correct, attachment. And Harlow's study is very important in that topic, attachment. If a question comes like this, Harlow and Harlow study based on the monkeys who were separated after 8 hours, no? 8 hours after birth. And this is based on dash attribute in psychology. Again, the answer is attachment. Okay, Emmeline, next one.
What is a crucial element for the attachment according to Harlow's theory?
Options. You have infants in the house?
Person who nourish them, person who gives them constant contact, having a surrogate mother.
Person who are contact with a surrogate.
Person who have contact with them, isn't it? Close contact, physical contact. Yes, that's the one. Malavika, connection problem solved? No. Meryl.
Ma'am, when parents are sensitive, affectionate, and accepting, the infants have strong base to explore environment. Such infants are likely to develop secure attachment, insecure attachment, none of the above.
Secure attachment, insecure attachment, none of the above.
Secure attachments.
Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Rose, next one.
The child gains the ability to mentally represent an object which is not physically present is called proximal trend or pre-operational thoughts or animism.
Pre-operational.
Correct.
Can you repeat once more?
And me?
Yes.
The child gains the ability to mentally represent an object which is not physically present. Option A, proximal trend. Option B, pre-operational thought. Option C, animism.
Pre-operational.
Correct, correct.
And what do you call that ability of the child? If it's not physically present in front of them, but still they can understand or they can perceive that it is still there.
Object permanence.
Object permanence. Okay, that is called object permanence. It is developing in pre-operational. It's beginning to develop in pre-operational thoughts. Okay, then Devika.
In which stage of cognitive development can the infant explore the world by coordinating sensory experiences with physical actions? Formal operational, sensory motor, or pre-operational?
Sensory motor.
What do you see? From the name itself, you can understand that. Sensory motor coordination. Yes, Amal, next one.
When a finger or some other object is pressed against the baby's palm, the baby's finger close around it shows that option A, rooting reflex, option B, more reflex, option C, grass reflex, option D, Babin's reflex.
What was the second option?
Option B, more reflex.
Moro reflex. Yes, I heard boro. Okay, so when the palm is stroked with some object or maybe our finger, the baby's fingers close around it. What do you call that reflex?
Grasp.
Grasp reflex, correct?
It is a correct answer.
It is the correct answer. And after a period of time, this reflex is turned into voluntary grasping. That's when these toddlers grasp all these objects and pull it down. Okay. Yes. Next question, Mary.
In which stage can apply logic more abstractly? Hypothetical thinking develops. Options: concrete operation, formal operational, pre-operational, sensory motor.
Option B, formational operation.
Formation operation. There is such a stage. Is it a new addition?
Formal operational.
Formal operational. Why are you all so tense in asking and answering? I'm giving you enough time, no? And that is from the next part, I think. I asked you to prepare only till infancy. Anyways, it's okay. Kevin.
Prenatal stage lasts about 40 weeks, 5 years, 3 days, and 48 hours.
Prenatal?
48 hours.
48 hours. Prenatal period.
40 weeks.
Baby comes out of the womb in 48 hours?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Options again, Kevin.
40 weeks, 5 years, 3 days, and 48 hours.
40 weeks.
40 weeks. That's why I don't get excited too much. Think and answer.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, 40 weeks is correct. Next one, Abhilash.
Babinski disappears in option A 3 to 6 months, option B 8 to 12 months, and option C 12 to 14 months.
Babinski reflex disappears in dash.
Can you repeat the options again?
3 to 6 months, 8 to 12 months, and 12 to 14 months.
Ma'am, 8 to 12 months.
Correct.
Correct? 8 to 12 months, correct. Emily.
What is the first step towards a healthy development in infancy? Insensitive parents
a good close interaction with parents and child. None of this.
A good interactive relationship with the parents.
Correct. Meryl, next one.
By which age the vision of an infant can be almost the same as that of the adult. 4 months, 6 months, and 1 year.
1 year.
Correct. Alina, you have a question? If yes, please put it in the chat box. Malavika, what about you? No. Devika, back to you.
Coughing, blinking, yawning are examples of dash reflexes, sensory abilities, or motor development.
Coughing, blinking, and
Yawning.
yawning.
Reflex.
Your examples of reflexes. Okay, coughing, blinking, and yawning. And that is in case of newborns. Right. Remember that. Amal,
Which of the following can be considered as gross motor skills of 3 years old child?
gross
Option A,
motor skills.
gross motor skills of 3 years of old child. Option A, hopping. Option B, jumping. Option C, running. Option D, all of the above.
That is again from the next portion. But still, if you know the answer, say. Gross motor skills.
All the above.
All of the above?
Yes.
Yes, correct. Rose.
What is the first sensory ability that an infant senses right after he or she is born? Option A, color. Option B, vision. Option C, mother's voice.
Mother's voice.
Mother's voice.
Correct.
We learn to recognize it, no? And to respond it. Yes. Mary, next one.
The dash includes events in social setting where child does not participate directly, but they influence the child experience in the immediate context. Option A, chronosystem. Option B, exosystem. Option C, macrosystem.
Chronosystem.
Exosystem.
No. Exosystem. Yes.
Which one is it?
Exosystem.
Exosystem. Okay. Kevin.
Environmental agents that cause deviations in normal development that can lead to serious abnormalities or death are known as options: teratogens, sensory abilities, developmental tasks, and reflexes.
Teratogens.
Teratogens, right. Abhilash.
Moro disappears in 6 to 7 months, but reaction to dash is permanent. Option A, touch. Option B, pain. Option C, loud noises. And option D, none of the above.
Loud voices.
Okay. Then there is a question in the chat box. The close emotional bond of affection that develop between infants and their parents. I think we discussed it already. It's still option A, love. Option B, attachment. Option C, care.
Attachment.
Option B, attachment.
Option B, attachment. Yes. Emmeline, next one.
Which mechanism is found in infancy that is carried by genetically? Adaptive mechanism, survey mechanism.
Carried out genetically. Answer?
Survival mechanism.
The survival mechanism. Okay. Now, Rose.
I only have this first question.
Okay. Amal.
Which of the following is centrism? Option A, self-focus. Option B, thinking that the things are living. Option D, thinking that all living things are living. Option D, none of the above.
Which of the following is egocentrism? Was that the question?
Which of the following is ego?
Centrism. Options?
Option A, self-focus. Option B, thinking that things are living. Option C, thinking that all are non-living. Option D, none of the above.
Okay. Answer?
Self-focus.
It is correct.
Yes, self-focus. Devika.
Development due to genes inherited from parents such as height, weight, brain, heart, lungs, development, etc. point towards the role of dash processes, cognitive, biological, or socio-emotional.
Biological.
That's correct.
Okay. Plasticity varies among individuals. Is it true or false?
True.
True. It is true. Development is highly plastic and it varies from individual to individual. It's there in lifespan perspective. That section, that those 7 points are also very important for assertion reasoning. Okay. Please read it. So when this statement is given and another statement is given, so you have to analyze if this is true or not. For that, you have to know what is the concept, the main concept in lifespan perspective. And only you can answer that. So learn that 7 points, read it up, understand it and learn. Okay. Then you know the full form of LSP? Lifespan perspective. Okay. LSP is lifespan perspective. Then genotype and phenotype. Genetic heritage or genetic characteristics are genotypes, and the physical characteristics that we can observe, that is phenotype. Or the genotype is physically depicted in terms of phenotype. That's what we consider. It's there in page number 67. Phenotype is the way an individual's genotype is expressed in observable and measurable characteristics. And examples also you have to learn in that. Like if some examples are given and you are asked to identify which category it belongs to. Is it genotype? Is it phenotype? Or so on. Then who proposed the context of development with the different systems? What is the name? Yuri?
Bronfenbrenner.
Bronfenbrenner. And how many systems are there in this theory?
5.
5 systems. The individual is in the center and then concentric circle comes. Then in Indian context, who proposed that the development can be studied or the context view can be depicted in terms of concentric circles?
Durganand Sinha.
Durganand Sinha. And how many layers did he describe?
2.
2. Upper layers and
Surrounding layers.
surrounding layers. Okay. Then, in which system do the individual have direct contact or immediate contact in Bronfenbrenner's view?
Microsystem.
Microsystem, yes. Then, is divorce a socio-historical circumstance?
Yes.
Divorce of parents. Yes. Yes, it is. It is given under chronosystem. Learn that. Then what else? Time period of prenatal stage, don't forget it is around 40 weeks. Okay, 38 to 40 weeks, but in text is given 40 weeks, so we'll go with that. Then reflexes, you have to know what a reflex is. They are automatic built-in responses to stimuli, and they are seen in infants or newborns. Okay. Then you have to know the 4 reflexes: rooting, Moro, grasp, and Babinski. Then object permanence, also you have to know. Attachment. I think we discussed most of the part. Okay. So for next day, you have to learn childhood. That is from the starting till childhood. Read it again. Make it a habit of continuing the portion. So from the beginning of the chapter till childhood. Give you the page number 76. Okay. Don't start with adolescence. Just till childhood, you prepare maximum questions and learn it. Learning is the priority. Then after that, prepare questions. Or else I'll give you time to prepare the questions in the class. Don't take it as an added advantage. Learn it, read the text, and then try preparing. Fine. Thank you.